everyone, welcome to episode 32 of the weekly discussion show, #Shout, the show where each week we three friends get together to discuss a wide variety of topics, from the serious to the hilarious.
This week we take a look at our tweets of the week, plus we have a few topics to discuss in this week's open forum.
I am indeed Azeroth of Legend, the Lone Walker 1.
And I'm CJ173. With us this week, as usual, is the man So Geek 01100111100110011001100110011001111.
2.
How you doing? By the way, I pretty much just went that. All that is just the word geek.
I gathered it was something like that.
There was a lot of dedication into Dad's jokes.
Originally, I did have a full sentence, but we don't have all day to say how that would turn out in binary.
The funny thing is, right, my tweets of the week, I take about 10-15 minutes to look through. It's the open forum, we just pick and choose things. Stephen takes quite a fair bit of time trying to decide what joke to use for Dan at the beginning of the show.
Well,
And I spend a lot of time looking for pouty CM Punk pictures for him.
Dan is actually the most important aspect of the show time-wise.
Yeah.
It's actually, time-wise, it's editing. And it hurts. But anyway.
Hence why you might have 2 episodes again this week.
Yeah, so how is everyone?
Good.
We're okay.
We're going to have 3 episodes this week.
I feel sorry for you, bro.
Yes,
I'm
well...
sorry enough to help you out, but if it was sorry for you.
Please, I cannot edit shows crap.
No.
I'm terrible at it.
No, I've seen his work. So
I've
anyway...
been part of his work.
Yes.
And I've seen that, you little girl.
Anyway, so, you know...
I had it.
Obviously, we're here to... And now, everyone, you may be wondering, Stephen, when will we see your Martian Manhunter fan cast? Next week.
For God's sake!
It will be next week. I've getting some of the casting done. I'm just trying to iron out some of the storyline plot holes.
This must be the single greatest fan cast in existence.
Alright.
Oh, you really want to fucking talk? Huh?
No, What I meant by it was... Dan.
Disney will sue you.
Dan. What I meant was this. Somehow Apple will find a way. What I meant was this, Stephen, right? You take a lot of time to write stories. The more time you take, the better the writing is, correct?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Although in fairness, you haven't read The Runaway.
And you spent all this time writing it. Therefore, it will be the most fantastic... Like, not everything I say is an insult, you fools. Okay, that's a hammerlock. Yeah,
Will you please stop killing my brother?
He's not killing, he's just...
Yeah, professional on the elbow.
Please stop.
Anyway.
So, anyway.
Yes.
I will be doing the podcast next week.
Yes, indeed.
Hopefully it'll be worth the wait.
Indeed.
So, now we're going to move into the first topic. So, Dan, what is our first topic? That
is Dan getting his arse kicked.
I lightly punched your knee.
4 times.
Yeah, my hand hurts.
Light for me.
My hand and arm really
not light
hurt.
for you. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. I got into one hammerlock and my arm hurts.
They even put pressure on you.
I know, that's a sad thing.
Dan, what is the first segment of the show that we do?
It's Halloween.
Yeah, it was. That's an excellent point.
Apologies, right?
I have an imaginary biscuit.
Oh.
Well, we don't actually have any biscuits in the studio.
Oh, what do we need biscuits?
Well, no, because basically all the trick-or-treating kids came in, broke in, and stole all our biscuits.
How dare they?
Exactly. Fucking trick-or-treating kids.
Well,
it's American holiday! Shut the fuck up and leave it alone.
Yeah, but we like Mountain Dew, dude.
I like Halloween.
I hate Halloween.
I like Halloween.
Okay, I only have 2 tweets this week for you.
I have 3!
I have none!
So you don't suck as much as him then?
Hammerlock.
So, can't reach his arms, are too short.
Anywho.
Your first tweet.
At Awesome Stinson. #Halloween. Penguins always make good wingmen. They are suited up by nature.
You probably are more likely to pull if you have a penguin with you.
That's why I was walking like a penguin yesterday.
No, you were.
I was actually.
Is that why you keep taking me places?
Yeah. Pretty much, dude.
Because I will stick with you as long as you get me away from the fucking him.
At Twisted Fate _X, stalking is when two people go for a long romantic walk, but only one of them knows about it.
Well, not that I would know anything about that. Okay, my tweets of the week. Our first one comes from @WhatTheFacts. In the movie Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Ook, the owl that played the role of Hedwig, was the first actor cast to be selected.
It's one of the most important roles.
At Marcus Brigg. Are there any other examples in science?
Marcus Briggs stop.
Yep. Are there? Well, yeah, but his Twitter handle is. Yeah. But his Twitter handle is Marcus Brigg. Anyway, are there other examples in science or history where increasing data and understanding is in inverse proportion to how many people believe it? Indeed.
Indeed.
And at UberFacts, females that play video games have more sex than females who don't play video games. Make of that what you will.
Yet it is the opposite for males.
Stop it.
I think we've woken up the dad.
So, anyway. Okay then.
Dad's in love.
Black Widow.
Oh, I see.
We do see.
So, what shall we be talking about this week?
Well, I'd like to start off with a little game I found.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you've all seen these pictures, people who've been listening.
Yeah.
Why are we making random hissing noises? Okay, Dan. In a second.
I've actually got stuff to talk about Star Wars as well.
There is a small picture there is a small picture that I'm sure I will give to Dan or Stephen. I'll post it on the Shout Tumblr page where you can learn your Japanese name. It's not scientific.
Okay, we can learn Japanese names.
Yeah, you take the letters of your name and you assign them to different.
I don't know what my Japanese name is, but I know my Chinese name is number 47 on the menu.
But I did.
How special can't use with chips?
Yeah. I did the name for all three of us.
Oh, sweet!
I do have something to say after all this.
As long as that word is Geek King, and you're alright then.
No, I did your actual name.
My actual name is not
Geek
King.
No, I had to do your alias. Otherwise, people would know how to find you in Japan.
Yeah.
I like Japanese chicks.
Yeah, but you don't want the Yakuza finding you.
Fuck the Yakuza.
Yeah, well.
Like the mafiosa.
Yeah, but if you fuck
Take that samurai sword and make it a fucking popsicle.
Yeah, but if you fuck one of their lasses, the Yakuza are going to come after you and fuck you. So.
Plus, there's nothing for the number 3, which you have 2 of, and an underscore.
Oh, that is a good point.
You just use E's.
We've never used E.
I'll tell you what I'll do is this. I'll read out these 3,
yes.
and while you're talking, I'll get to work on translating the Geek King.
Okay.
Stephen?
Yes.
Yours.
Is this Stephen Caulfield?
It's just Steve.
Oh, just Steve?
That's why I asked whether you preferred Stephen or Steve.
Okay, so if somebody in Japan would call me Steve, they would say...
Arichiku.
Arichiku.
Yes, Arichiku.
What was it?
Arichiku.
Arichiku.
Yes.
Steve's quicker.
Dan, yours is Tekato.
Tekato.
Yeah, Tekato.
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 Or Tegato.
Yes.
Tega.
No, not... Well, yeah,
Tekato. So it's Tegato.
Tegato.
Yo, Tekato.
Tekato or Tegado.
Tekato.
Tekato.
Yes.
So to take one
Yeah.
two.
Mine is Katekaran.
Katakaran.
Yes. I have basically a Dragon Ball
No,
Z name.
I think you'll find it. Katakao.
Katakaran!
Kakarot.
Aritaku!
But yes, I'm
Tekato!
now going. I'm going to get a weapon translating the Geek King, Stephen. Why don't you take it from here? And
I think... Whoa. Disney owns it now. Careful. They actually sue.
Okay, hold on.
Parody! That's not a... No, you changed the tone. That's not a
I have
parody.
to add in some notes. Do that kind of crap.
You're turning it into the copy Star Wars.
This turned into a copy Star Wars. Stephen, I have a question about the news topic.
Yes?
Is it Star Wars?
Let's find out. Dan is what talking about Star Wars?
Star Wars! And mean, yeah, Star Wars. Yeah, this is Star Wars.
I think my stomach's been out of my lungs. Okay, yeah. George Lucas has sold Lucasfilms, which includes Star Wars,
and Indiana Jones,
to Disney.
Yes!
Disney now owns Star Wars.
Which technically makes both Amidala and Leia Disney princesses.
Think about that for a moment.
Now just imagine, I don't know, the next time you go to World Disneyland, or Disney World, or Disneyland, or Euro Disney, or Chinese Disney, or whatever else place Disney. You now see, I don't know, like Esmeralda, Jasmine, Jean, Layla, Leia, and Amidala, as well as, you know, Cinderella. And
Amidala's queen, though. She's Queen Amidala.
It's Disney, they don't do queens.
Clearly, you haven't seen Bambi, because Thumper is obviously a queen.
Yeah, I did see Bambi, and guess what happened? I laughed.
Well, that's because...
When you hear...
You already get a joke in your head that you want to say out loud, but you know you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's called Shout.
Yeah.
That's essentially what the show is.
I'll tell you what, when we're finished, I'll repeat.
But there are two big news stories about this, right?
Yeah.
The first one, Dan knows very well. So, Dan, what have Disney said in regards to Star Wars and...
Episode 7!
So, yes, Episode 7, they're going to do a new episode.
No. They're doing the new trilogy.
Okay, they're doing a new trilogy, which starts...
2015.
Exactly.
It's the same year as the Avengers 2 and the Justice League. Why do we have to wait 2 years?
So we can get a comic story open in time.
I want some
Dan, would it help if I've translated the Geek King into Japanese?
Yes, what's the Geek King in Japanese?
Alright, it's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay, first off, Chiriku.
Jakakemi.
Mikotuchi. Yes.
So that's...
Yeah, have fun.
That's... Chiriku, Jakakemi, Mikotuchi.
Yes, the Geek King.
May I have a look?
Yes, you may. It's your paper.
This isn't very loud.
Chiriku, Jakakemi, Mikotua. Okay, I can understand that shit. But that's... Well done, Adam.
Thank you.
But the second bit of news...
I did some work.
The second bit of news...
I have more news.
I'm talking about in regards to Star Wars. Bear with me.
So is mine.
Yes, I'm just going to cover this quickly.
I had some Star Wars news.
George Lucas...
No, I didn't.
So George Lucas will use $4 billion from Disney to fund education.
You got $4 billion. That was probably just so you could have Star Wars.
By the end of the year...
Indiana Jones, you ruined that franchise. Yeah. You nearly did it with Star Wars as well, you bearded, baldy, fucking...
Yeah. Basically, right?
He's like Jimmy Savile.
This was...
Just without the pedophilia.
This is from the...
No, because he ruined child life as well.
This is from the HollywoodReporter.com. So, by the end of the year, the $4.05 billion sale of Lucasfilm to Disney should be finalised. And since George Lucas owns 100% of his company, which has little to no debt, all that money goes to him. After that, Lucas plans to quickly put the bulk of the money into a foundation which will primarily focus on educational issues, and spokesperson for the Lucasfilm tells THR. George Lucas has expressed his intention, in the event the deal closes, to donate the majority of the proceeds to his philanthropic endeavours.
Where's that spokesperson from?
Generic America.
Yeah, either that or the lesser known part of Jamaica.
Hang on. Generico?
No, he's from Spain.
Yes.
He's the generic luchador.
But it's not yet clear which foundation will get the proceeds. Lucas is currently the chairman of Edutopia, which is part of the George Lucas Educational Foundation.
Easy to say is that Japanese word.
He could put money into that or create a new foundation which would be funded from the sale. The foundation was the vehicle Lucas used to make a $175 million donation to his alma mater, USC, whatever, in 2006. He is also given to many of the causes of the earth, including
I
the
believe
film
USC is the University of South California as well.
All right.
Okay,
Set up to Cancer
Oh,
and
South
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Trust me.
For 41 years, the
Go
majority of
Trojans!
and I don't know what he sounds like, so guess what? Generic American term.
Do Indian!
Or for 41 years, the majority of my time is in money.
No! George Lucas is American.
Do Texan.
No. He's from, he's from Southern California.
Fuck it, generic.
Generic American.
For 41 years, the majority of my time and money has been put into the company, Lucas said in a statement Wednesday. As I start a new chapter in my life, it is gratifying that I have the opportunity to devote more time and resources to philanthropy.
Philanthropy.
I don't care. This generic American, he's a moron.
That's true.
It's not true.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
For the record, I'm saying I'm not, even though I might agree in private.
Hey, for the record, I'm saying
We
I
know
need to go.
why you're saying it for the record.
I enter.
Oh, no, you're in
American
trouble.
love of my life.
Oh.
I give her out of ass kicking.
She isn't generic, though.
What?
She
She's not generic.
She's not a generic American, therefore she's not a moron.
No. But anyway, you have more news in
Yes,
regards to the sale of Star
You
Wars.
see how I did that?
So more news you've got?
Actually, it's regarding the films.
Okay.
Okay.
As you already said, he got $4 billion for Lucasfilms, which is a fucking ridiculous amount of money.
Of course it is.
But, Total Film here in the UK, with or a film magazine as well as a website.
Uh-huh.
One of my best sources for the stuff. I actually have a few film news items that I'm going to talk about today.
Okay.
Even though the bomb, they say in their report by George Wales,
Yeah.
even though the bombshell that saw Disney purchase Star Wars is still yet to fully sink in, talk has already turned to what we can expect from the new trilogy, with George Lucas's biographer Dale Pollock having his say on where the story could be leading. According to Pollock, Lucas's original idea for the saga spanned 12 films, which is most Star Wars fans' belief is that it was originally supposed to be 12 sagas. That's why it started in the middle.
Yeah. All right.
The three most exciting stories were actually 7, 8, and 9. They had propulsive action, really interesting new worlds, new characters. I remember thinking I want to see these 3 movies. Pollock also mentions that the next phase could see a return to action for Luke Skywalker, played by, of course, Mark Hamill.
Oh dear God.
But these take place when Mark Hamill would be the right age now, because it would be a middle-aged Luke Skywalker. Middle to late age, because I think Mark is reaching around about 40.
He looks like Clint Eastwood's son.
He's somewhere between 40 and 50.
Just Mark Hamill having to get to his knees, put shoes on his knees, just waddle around.
He's not playing an Ewok.
This is playing an Ewok.
My fist will play the Force in a minute, and you'll both feel it.
My words will be the Death Star.
Trust me, the Force
They'll
is strong
blow
with
up
this
in my
one.
face.
The Force is strong with this one.
He is the Geek King.
With the story following him through his 30s and 40s, Pollock describes it as a welcome return to form after the disappointment of the prequels. I think they're horrible, he says, of the second trilogy. Well, most agree. When he did the 3 prequels, he was in a Lucas vacuum. No one saw the scripts in advance. They were dreadful screenplays. I thought they seemed dry. They were medieval in terms of court intrigue. And it was a weird way to start the story. Naturally, there's still plenty of scope for Disney to go off-road and write their own storyline, which I would really not recommend for a couple of reasons. One, Disney wouldn't do a great space opera. 2, you have a huge, massive, expanded universe in novels, comics, and games. You don't really need to look hard to find a good Star Wars story.
This is true.
But according to Pollock, Lucas' treatments will form the skeleton of the new trilogy. Writers will absolutely take his outline, he says. That's in part what Disney bought. And the reporter finishes, "Welcome back, Mr. Skywalker. We've been expecting you." Nicely done, I reckon. I'm looking forward to this. People bitch and moan about
Yeah, it's like,
oh my god, Disney bought Star Wars.
Oh my god, we're gonna see Darth Vader versus Mickey Mouse! Ah!
Yeah, you see Darth Mouse and you know.
It's like, did you see? You saw Avengers, right? You saw Avengers?
Oh yeah.
How many Disney characters did you find in that?
Didn't see a fucking one.
And who owns that?
Disney or Marvel.
Oh, Disney or Marvel. Oh.
Which includes Marvel films.
Oh.
Marvel Studios, sorry. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, don't you all feel like fucking stupid thick cunts now?
Yep.
He's like, I didn't get. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, so it's like, I wasn't too concerned about it anyway. But to see the people overreact, I was like, seriously? What? You honestly think it's going to be? You must use the Force, Luke. Otherwise, the dark side will win. Oh gosh, Mickey, that sounds dangerous. Haha! Yes, but we will fight no fear because we are awesome.
And also, can I point out something? I love to point out something here. Now that the films have been taken away from Mr. Lucas,
yes.
Do you know what won't be happening in these films?
What? Shit?
No. It means that the 6 films that are already out won't be touched again. They'll be remastered for a new format when it happens.
No changing the shot.
There'll be no change. No sound changes. There won't be little extras. Ewoks probably won't blink anymore.
They blinked
in the Blu-ray release. They actually made the Ewoks blink.
They were going to include the Disney character of Pluto in this, but turns out he doesn't count as a Disney character anymore. He's too small.
Yeah.
What witty repartee you have, boy?
I'm bleeding from the face.
Right, moving on from that.
What jokes go bad?
The sequel of Captain America, the first Avenger, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Anyone who reads Marvel comics or any comics at all knows pretty much the Avenger, the Winter Soldier is Bucky, who was, of course, killed in the first film, and actually was the only character to have that. There was a law in comic books where it was nobody stays dead in comics except for Bucky, and then they changed that like 50 years later and brought him back in as a Soviet assassin from the dark days.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's the story that we're looking into for the sequel. But certain things have been revealed for the sequel already. Marvel worked hard. This is once again by the same guy as before in Total Film. Marvel has worked hard to establish a common universe for all the respective Avengers and inhabit. So Variety have revealed that there will be several cameos in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It was already known that Scarlett Johansson would be back as the Black Widow.
Oh yeah,
making an appearance.
That's good.
But now it emerges that both Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, a bad motherfucker, and Maria Hill, played by How I Met Your Mother's Kobe Smulders, will be also appearing, which kind of gives a little promise to that this one will be focused on the SHIELD aspect of Captain America's job.
Yeah.
In addition to that, Frank Grillo has been confirmed to play the villain Crossbones, who was the #1 assassin for the Red Skull. However, it's pretty much been said that he won't. That Red Skull won't be in this. Hugo said he doesn't want to be in this.
Fair enough.
However, he signed a contract, so fuck him. Right, moving on away from Marvel, just for a small little bit. Actually, no, I'll round the Marvel section off right now.
Okay.
The X-Men First Class sequel will be X-Men Days of Future Past, which is a huge storyline in the Marvel world. In the X-Men world, essentially, it takes 2 characters initially in the comic world, it takes 2 characters, woven, I believe it's Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, to the future where they see all the X-Men be laid out dead, and the Sentinels are dead. You may remember it in the animation series. It's kind of where Bishop came around.
Right.
Michael Vaughn, who directed the first one, First Class, has stepped down from directing it. They've replaced him already. Michael Vaughn will be replaced by another former director of the X-Men films, Bryan Singer.
Okay.
Who did the first 2, X1 and X2. It doesn't really, there's no word on why he stepped down. It just looks as if he's maintaining some involvement in the role as a producer. X-Men Days of Future Past is set to open in the UK on the 18th of July 2014. So, it'll be interesting to see where that one goes.
Indeed.
Moving away from Marvel, but still sticking with movies. James Bond. Skyfall has a huge review. It's very good, apparently. I have not seen it myself, so I can't give an honest answer. But it has made a lot of dough at the box office. Daniel Craig has categorically ruled out the possibility of starring in a 2-part James Bond adventure. Apparently, in 24 and 25 was supposed to be a 2-part story. But Craig's denied this in a German interview with Site Film Starts. Asked if 007's next adventure would be a 2-parter, Craig responded, "No, I don't know where that's come from. It's impossible to do a 2-parter. I heard that someone was talking about that we're doing a 2-parter, but that's the first I've heard about it. We can only do one at a time. They take 6 months to shoot. It's impossible. You can't write one movie thinking about the next. So we're all trying to do at the moment is get the next one sorted out, and then that will stand alone. And if I'm able to do it, another one after that, then that will do that. Skyfall's out now. It opens in the US on the 9th of November, so I very recommend you go and see it. From what I've seen, it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm not really a fan of Daniel Craig Bond.
Yeah. And for a lot of people who are screaming the name of the other movies now, yeah, Harry Potter had books to work with.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly throw that because I'm going to be like, well, Harry Potter did it. Yeah, they had the books.
Yeah. If Harry told you to jump off a cliff, would you do it? No, because he has a broom, you morons.
Not quite sure how that fits into this context.
With mushrooms!
Magic mushrooms?
Probably.
Yes, because he's a wizard. See? Full circle.
Also,
so this is more like an oblong of
another James Bond rumour.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a British Bond?
Well, we've
had British
Bonds.
Are you ready for a Cockney Bond?
No.
Are you ready for a black James Bond?
No!
Now, we believe that the character James Bond can't be black and whatever. However, I've always said, if you make it so that it's kind of an alias, not the actual person is Bond, you can do it.
If you declare that James Bond is an alias, not the actual agent's real name,
which would explain how all the different looks and whatnot. However, the actor that is in rumour to play after Daniel Craig is Idris Elba. He featured in The Wire. He's Luther on the TV series Luther. He's also he was in 4 as Hemdale. He was in Ghost Rider 2, but he doesn't like to remember that. An excellent actor, excellent strong British actor. He is actually great and serious as well, and would fit the James Bond to a T. Because when I say Cockney, he's not a rhyming slang Cockney. He's just got that accent, you know.
Well, again, here's my thing, right? They would have to be established that 007 James Bond are the 2 aliases that one adopts. So when you come 007, you become James Bond, regardless of what your actual name is.
Otherwise, it's going to be a bit weird when you go from Daniel Craig to Idris Elba, who, when I say black, I'm not talking common salmon.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not talking a lighter-skinned black. I'm talking black as the night.
I mean, again, I have no, you know me, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've got no problems with it. I mean, there are just certain rules. Like, first of all, I'm trying to think of Nick Fury.
Yep.
Nick Fury is, Nick Fury's Nick Fury. I wouldn't have him played by a white person.
Ra's al Ghul.
It wouldn't make sense to me. What do you say there?
Ra's al Ghul.
What about Ra's al Ghul?
What about him? We have.
No, I'm talking about characters who are predominantly black in their portrayal.
Well, the portrayal that you were giving for Nick Fury was because he was black in the Ultimate Universe, and it was based on in standard universe he's white.
Yeah, but now these days
they've changed it so that Nick Fury Jr. is black.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With that one, if you're going to be that particular character, I wouldn't have played it so it's white. It's. To me, that would be just like having a Chinese character played by, the most obvious Southern American actor.
Yeah.
For me, it would have to be a case of, okay, well, 007 James Bond are simply aliases that one adopts when they take out of that role. If that's established, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
I'd go for it. If it's an alias, and James Bond isn't the same guy, just played by different characters, then fair enough. But if it's supposedly the same guy, just different time years, it's like, you're fucking with the character now.
I don't like James Bond, so I really have no opinion.
You've never watched a Bond film, you can't comment.
I watched Die Another Day.
Well, you can't
Die! You can't base it on Die Another Day.
I can base my want to watch other James Bond films on Die Another
No, dude, Dine of the Day was the worst. It was the
right there, Lazenby.
Yeah, it was.
This is Pierce, aren't
it? It was the worst Bond movie of all time. You got to check out the other ones, man. Diamonds Are Forever. Goldfinger. GoldenEye. Oh God, you know.
Whenever
I see them on the movie, I'm like,
you've got to see Sean as.
You can't. I mean, fair enough. If you don't want to watch the movies, I'll grant you.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't say, "Oh, well,
I see Die Another Day."
I base on Die Another Day. Die Another Day was the worst. It is universally accepted as the worst Bond movie of all time.
It's like saying I don't like Christmas films because I watched Santa Claus. Which one? Hulk Hogan.
Ugh. Santa with muscles.
There you go.
Ugh. But anyway.
Finally.
Yes.
It's a bit of a quirky one, and we're all about quirky here.
Yes, okay.
The Muppets sequel.
Another Muppets movie.
It was huge success, and by all accounts, it was really good as well. I haven't got around to watching it yet. The first few details of emerged consider the sequel to The Muppets with Kermit.
Hello everyone, I'm Kermit the Frog.
Hiya! That's my best impression of Miss Piggy.
He actually does quite a good impression of Miss Piggy.
Shut the fuck up, I dated her.
and friends, so Anamo and Ralph and
yes.
Swedish Chef.
Yes, that one.
And Swedish Chef.
Hurdy gurdy. Let's go in the movie.
Superpowers!
Pika. Bunsen.
Yeah, him.
and the rest of the gang.
I need one!
Set to pack their bags and embark upon a cable that will take them around the sides of Europe. It's the Muppets European adventure. Better still than is news that Christopher Waltz, who you may remember from my fan cast as Hugo Strange.
We're so close to having an epic movie.
I thought you were going to say Christopher Walken.
Yeah, now, these Muppets, they're crazy. Gotta have more camera!
They signed on to play an Interpol agent who becomes embroiled in the Muppets' antics. A lovely piece of casting, we're sure you agree. Which is great. It is great because he has a great sense of humour. He's very funny. But the idea of an Interpol agent in the Muppets, I just...
Sorry, a what agent?
An Interpol.
Right, I thought you said something different.
Director James Brolin is currently working on a script with co-writer Nicholas Stoller. With the film set to see the Muppets running around Europe. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Jason Segel, who starred in the first movie, has already ruled out a full-scale return, though he may yet pop up in a cameo. However, we're incredibly excited to see Waltz terrorizing Fury co-stars. The man doesn't suffer fools gladly. Other characters reportedly include a Russian female fatale, and a male lead whose intentions are always in question. And of course, the rest of Kermit's cuddly gang. We can hardly wait. I just love the fact that we're going to see Christopher Waltz, the man whose best known role is in Inglourious Bastards as the Nazi called the Jew Hunter.
I thought his best known role would have been Lie to Me. If it's the same one I'm thinking of.
No. You're thinking of Tim Roth. Christopher Waltz is the Jew.
Then you've got a weird picture for Hugo Strange then.
No, I haven't. It's the same dude.
Doesn't look like it.
Trust me, it's the same.
I'm just saying it looks exactly like the guy in Lie to Me, the picture you choose for Hugo Strange in the fancast.
We will have to look it up after the
I'm not saying you got the wrong picture. I'm saying the likeness is uncanny.
I never really thought about it. That might be
a bit like Bradley Cooper and what's his name.
You got to remember that generally I have opinions which disagree with the entire universe. So
slightly, yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Yeah,
the resemblance.
That's a girl.
I jumped to a different picture.
I was great, right?
I saved that photo.
You try to jump to a different.
Why do people say photos on my fucking thing?
Dan, your iPad knows us too well.
So do you really want to look at a bearded guy, or do you want to see tits?
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm not insane.
No, well, yeah, but not on this account.
Woohoo!
That's all my news.
I'm going to go on a rant. It's rant time.
Yay! That was meant to sound enthusiastic, but I am rather tired.
Rant! Yes! Right, the point is, I was scrolling through the tweets of the week, and I saw that my good friend Gary had retweeted some last.
Yep.
And
It's only end well.
There's this. Truth is, this society only cares about the popular and the pretty. Messed up, isn't it?
So the popular pretty girl.
Now, to an extent, I agree. A lot of places will judge on looks and kind of how you interact with other people,
Which is great because I'm a handsome man.
but I don't think it's completely true. I agree that most places, or not most, in fact, some places, like schools, colleges, and workplaces, and bar scene, that kind of crap, do focus a lot on looks and like personality and who you're with and how you interact with them. But that's just some of the places. Not everywhere does that, and I think by stating that society society as a whole does that actually brings down society in itself. It's like a Marcus Brigstocke gig where people said people think Britain's full of racists. I don't believe that. I think they just drag us down. It's not everyone in society does that kind of stuff. It's a lot of places do, but to say that society in general does it is wrong. There are places there are scientists and mathematicians and writers who get great acclaim for their achievements. They get popularity through being great. Granted, then, they are judged on their popularity, but there is a reason for it. I admit, people like the Kardashians and old...
That's because she got a fast and it's great.
Yeah, what's her name? Stoner last. Not too many of them. But
Stoner?
Sharon Stone.
No, not... I don't know. There are some...
Just someone that gets stoned all the time.
Yeah.
Are you talking about...
It's one of these American lasses.
Amy Winehouse's?
No, she's dead.
Right.
She's
I thought
famous.
you were speaking retrospectively.
She's famous for being dead, to be honest.
She is these days, yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, these people who are famous for being famous, those are the ones you can point at, laugh at, and go, well, society only makes you famous.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, that's her.
She was an actress,
What's she more famous for now, though?
Oh, yeah, these days. But she's still, that kid. She's still a kid from Parent Trap.
Yeah. But it's
And
just...
Herbie.
Herbie. I actually like
But yeah, I mean, I
actually don't mind Lindsay Lohan. I mean, I did that.
I just think...
I'm indifferent.
Like 6 years
I just think that...
6 years ago.
While it is okay, and speaking as a ranter, while it is okay to have a rant like this occasionally, I think that it's used far too often. I mean, Stephen, you can attest to this. If something annoys me, I will rant about it till the end of time.
Yeah, but to pick up on your other point there, just before you burst to the other end,
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I think the only thing really society gives a damn about, ultimately, is whether you're interesting or not. That is it. As long as you can generate a conversation as you being the topic, you'll get ahead. That's why you've got all the... Not like that. Although, depending on how interesting you are. But look at it like Dr. Brian... Is it Brian Cox?
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to be the greatest scientist like the country has to offer, right? But he's the most interesting one we've got so far. He is a vastly interesting man. Stephen Fry is a very interesting man. But, there's all these people who are very interesting, but let's face it, not the best lookers. Interesting people generate news. News generates gossip. Society loves gossip. We love to talk. X and Y love to talk about Z. Y and Z love to talk about X, and X and Z love to talk about Y. That is the way it is. And X, Y, and Z will always talk about alpha.
And equal -1.
Yes. They will all... People love to talk about each other. I mean, we love to talk about George Lucas and how much of... a genius he is for creating Star Wars and how
Christopher Walken.
An idiot, yeah, Christopher Walken. Let's face it, not an attractive man.
Yeah. Me and Dan just had a 10-minute conversation about Deadpool.
Yes, and if you guys are wondering, how is that possible? We bended time.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm a Time Lord. I would tell you where the TARDIS is. It's a long, funny story.
Anyway.
But
Or, before the show.
Yeah.
we could have just gone with that. But
he did use the term just.
Yeah, but I use just to mean any day of...
Well, you're useless!
Just means to me yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, my problem with saying stuff like this, I don't know whether you two agree or whether you don't, it's that...
Well, say it and we'll tell you.
It's when people take stuff like this to say that, society only cares about looks, or this place only does this. People use it as... Some people, not all, some people do use it as an excuse. You'll see some people not giving it at all, or just giving up caring, and they'll state that it's because society only cares about looks and crap like that.
Basically, people blame society, so they just stop giving a shit and stop trying.
Like, I've heard people like say this stuff and it's true.
Yes.
I like how Steve, you're just chuckling now.
No, he's chuckling. I'm chuckling at him.
It's funny. Dan will start laughing. Stephen will then chuckle at Dan. I will chuckle at both of them because I'll lose my place and I'll start talking like this. The point is, it's all well and good to rant about stuff. Believe me, I'm a great try. Me and Stephen, connoisseurs in the art of ranting.
Excuse me, I consider myself more of an expert.
I thought connoisseurs were experts.
No, expert's better than connoisseur. I've just decided. By just, I mean 2 years ago, obviously.
The point is, it's okay to be a ranter in our friends. Stephen, you don't look like you're better, but you look like you've got a gammy eye.
What is a gammy eye?
It's basically a buggered up one.
Yeah, gammy is just a Geordie term for fucked.
I'm only half Geordie, in fairness, that's why I probably didn't know.
Anyway, the point is, while it's
hang on, Jammy's lucky.
Gammy.
Gammy,
Gammy, yeah.
not jammy. Jammy is different to gammy. See,
Fucking different pronunciation for starters.
you don't have gam on your toast.
Yeah. So the word change, we might
Might have
stop.
gammon on your toast.
That would be glorious. The point is,
Put gammon on toast.
It's bacon, you fucking numpty.
No, but I wouldn't look at a piece of bacon and go yum.
the point
It's
is,
the same thing, though, you know.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but surely by doing that you could take like a joint of beef and say, ooh, burger.
Don't
Go
you?
by that logic.
Don't
No,
you?
of course I don't do
well,
that.
it's good if you were having a joint of something else.
Weed isn't a burger.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
The point is, you could probably make it into it, but the point is that
And if I did it, it'd be the tastiest burger on the planet.
That's not just because you were high.
Stephen was going to make burgers.
But then you got high.
And then-
Then you got high.
and-
Then you got high. Well,
The point is, it's okay to rant.
the point is, I haven't got a point.
The point is, I have a point, good sir. It's glorious and bountiful. The point is,
I could have given that one.
the point is,
You lucked out on that one.
no. The world did.
No, I didn't. Please don't grin like that. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Violet.
Violet, profile it. No, that's Ric Flair. Anyway, the point is, while it's okay to rant about this kind of stuff, and it is okay to lose your mind a little and get a bit angry and all that jazz, try not to blame society in general for the things that specific people do. There's a lass on Facebook bugs the crap out of me. Not, like prodding me or anything, but just posts hypocritical crap. But I don't blame society. I blame her in a retarded mind. That's the thing. I think what I'm trying to say...
What you're trying to say is, stop blaming society for everything, get up, be proactive, do shit and accomplish it, instead of blaming everyone for your failures, even though there are failures within society that do cause limitations to what you can accomplish.
Like, I admit that society does somewhat look upon looks. We all do. Anyone that says they do not is lying through their teeth.
No, I disagree with that, again, to an extent. You've got to apply context to that. To what element do we look, I mean, surely it depends on what it is we're initially looking at for the context.
Can I be general for once?
Well, no, because that would be a general sweeping statement, and general sweeping statements tend to be incorrect.
Right, hang on. How long have we got?
All I'm saying is define what you mean society, focuses on love. In what respect? Do we focus? Are we talking about when we look at celebrities? Should we when we talk about...
In all respect, when we look at people, when we look for who to talk to.
In fact, we can't help that. People have a physical appearance. We can't help but notice it.
I don't.
I don't look at Geek King and see an ethereal apparition of spiritual energy
What I'm trying to say.
wearing glasses and a hat.
Kind of should. No, you kind of should.
I see people's auras.
What I'm trying to say.
As long as they're not dead, you're alright.
Society, to a certain degree, focus on the looks of other people. Whether it be subconscious or whether it be conscious, whether you are actively looking. I'm not going to focus on Stephen as he drifts.
We haven't got long enough on the show.
The point is, I say that way too often.
You do.
The point is...
Because I get interrupted.
The point
The
is...
principal matter of this conversation is thus. Sorry, am I
While
struggling with my foot?
Yeah, kind of, dude.
Do you want me to keep going?
Not right now, no.
While it is accepted and okay that society to a certain degree focus on looks in other people in certain situations, it is not what we do all the time for every single thing. If I go into a shop right? I focus on the price of an item, not well. Actually, I do sometimes focus on how the shopkeeper looks.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm going to find a good analogy for this. Dan, entertain the people.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Okay. Titus O'Neill is like. Should I stop now?
Yes.
Twitter, you doth betray me.
No, basically, right?
If I go to Peter's, I focus on how the cake looks, not the last serving me the cake.
Not the troll who's handling it with a claw.
No, I definitely do not focus on the trolls. We don't speak of the trolls. Nor do we speak of certain films involving trolls.
Okay.
Bridges.
When I go to a doctor, I don't care if they're attractive or not. Just get the fucking job done.
I kind of do.
Yes, but you're not ill in the first place. You're looking for a date in the doctor's office.
Well, they can't. They're not supposed to say no.
You know what you should do, right? You call those non-emergency helplines, the ones where you get advice over the phone, right? And just talk dirty to them because by law they can't hang up on you.
Yeah, I'm not that desperate.
Nobody.
Thanks for making it sound like I am.
No, but it makes an excellent prank.
Basically, what you're going to see soon is Mindan in suits wandering around different places in England.
For any reason, or?
Well, one, advertise the fourth wall, and two,
Of course.
because if you go anywhere where there might be women, you have to wear a suit.
Pun.
Except in Newman's Colony.
I do.
That's technically you wear your birthday suit.
Just don't wear a tie.
Well, you know.
If you want to present it, I suppose.
Yes.
Unless you use it as an arrow pointing to the correct
There's
direction.
a certain sort of cravat-like nature to it.
But anyway,
A cravat.
like nature.
A cravat. I think a cravat might be too fancy.
That's the most upper class I've ever heard you describe that area.
I don't think a cravat would suit the male penis, to be honest.
As opposed to the female penis.
Hermaphrodites.
There's no female then.
They don't generally have penises either. Generally, it's bollocks they have.
Not that he's an expert in these kind of things, of course.
No, I just remember from school.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out.
But anyway, the point. See, I would argue
During
that
sex education, before you even go anywhere.
I thought you were just mobbed by hermaphrodites.
Yeah.
Banshees!
They often let themselves known in Greencroft.
you see, for me, like when I go to a store, right,
Yeah.
I don't give two shits when like someone looks like, as long as it looks safe. As long as I can look at an item of food and go, well, this won't kill me, I'm golden.
It's like yesterday in a certain supermarket chain.
Yes.
When we went and we were looking around. Me and Adam walked right past, waiting for you, doing your gentleman thing where it took you half an hour to get past someone.
Yes.
Because everybody else wanted to go in front of you and you just let them. It's annoying.
You mean the woman in the fucking wheelchair?
She wasn't a woman in a wheelchair. There was a kid sitting in a wheelchair who then got up and walked.
Are we talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
There was an old woman in a chair. We're in the aisle with the eggs.
Yeah. And she was on a rascal scooter. She got to fucking move quickly enough. And then in front of you, there was a little kid in a wheelchair who just got up and walked. And when a mum goes, where did you get the wheelchair from? She goes, I don't know. I found it at the front of the store.
I don't even remember that. No, I remember the last that was pushing a trolley that had the kid in it. I remember the woman in the chair, and I remember these two other bastards, but I didn't see any fucking wheelchair.
The wheelchair right in front of you when you came past.
I obviously paid it no mind, because I was too busy focusing on the two people that had trolleys that said, let's test his atomic density.
Yeah,
and
there was a person with a trolley who went just behind me and Adam.
Right.
And then you stood there. Well, she walked past, and I noticed she had quite a nice arse, and I went to stare at it for about 5 minutes. But then you grabbed your stuff, and we had to move.
You don't have to follow. I'm not the fucking Pied Piper.
Well, I kind of had to since I was going back here.
You know where I live, and you're with him.
The funny thing is, after the show, we usually go to Asda, and Stephen will...
Oh, I knew it was supermarket.
Yeah. Or Sainsbury's, or Tesco, or Morrison, or Aldi, or Lidl,
Except none of them are actually in Stanley, so sometimes we may...
Or Waitrose.
Or Waitrose, whichever one wants to sponsor us.
After Spencer's.
Or whichever one's closest.
The point is, we all go to Asda, or insert supermarket brand name here. Stephen will...
Alongside to Asda that you've already mentioned.
Yeah. Stephen will
I could assure you, considering that they turned me down for a job, fuck them.
Oh, since we went to Asda, right?
Yep.
Asda.
We're not saying if they're any good or not.
It's not sponsored by them.
We're not saying they're any good or not. We're just saying we went to Asda.
Stephen would usually like walk to an outlet, grab something, me and Dad will just be talking and look around. He won't be there, and Asda will get to hear me and I go, boss, like in the middle of the store.
Yeah, but what I like to do sometimes is just have a laugh. Like we just get back from Adam's doing a show. He did it was when he did Annie at concert.
Great little role for Annie.
He played the billionaire.
I did play the billionaire. I got to wear a suit every night.
There, right there, a case where looks don't matter. Because if you're rich, people don't give a fuck what you look like.
Yeah,
money does help.
Hugh Hefner, Donald Trump,
Fucking Trump.
me one day. But anyway, and it was like quite 9 o'clock-ish by the time we got back, and I don't know what it was. I couldn't find what it was. I was just going, oh, for God's sake, where is it? Busted fucking fight. And I was like, dude, do you like care at all that you're being quite loud in Asda? It's like, why should I care? All these people are going to find me anyway. They don't care. They're not going to see me again. He's like, yeah, but you're being rather loud. So I just went, right. Looked around. Nobody looked my way.
I do remember that.
Don't care.
The funny thing was, the next night, he told me off for quacking in Asda.
No, I wasn't. I told you for talking nonsense.
You know you're not allowed to quack.
Was it? You know like I am the duck.
I get called Duck.
I
You're
am.
Nightwing.
Oh yeah.
I am.
Hang on. To be fair, in college,
Stephen.
No.
Ducky. Coffee.
Dad.
No.
In college,
No.
I am Undertaker, Batman, Neo, Terminator, Nightwing. There's another few that I'm forgetting. Jack Sparrow. Who else? That's what I'm forgetting. I always
Is
forget.
there a point?
I'm just talking. I kind of lost the point when we started talking about Asda.
Shout.
Yeah.
We come the show we come in with a point and all the intentions in the world, and then we just leave going. So basically, what we've learned are boobs are awesome and some other stuff.
I remember when I went to rehearsals at College for Annie.
Yeah.
I met Mr. Meikle, and he went, "What are you doing back?" He's a doctor at school, and he went, "What are you doing back?" And I wasn't quite thinking, so I was trying to say that I'm doing rehearsals for Annie. What I actually said was, "Oh, I'm just here for a few hours. I'm doing Annie." He just looked at me and went, "You're doing what?" I went, "No, sir,
I'd be fornicating with the prepubescent orphan girls, sir."
I was like, "Sir, I'm doing rehearsals, you sick freak." Just walked.
Fair enough, but this doesn't change the fact that I am the ducky.
Well, you may.
And you will obey.
I saw Stephen Fry say
There
Neil before.
was only one ducky before me, and that was our father. And
Our Father who art
apparently, my dad's nickname is
Newcastle.
Duck.
Yeah.
Used to know.
Our Father who art in Newcastle, I
I
think.
apologize. My mobile thingied for a moment. I think it's
It
my.
thingied.
I think it's because I have a potential job on the line there. But anyway.
I had a potential job once.
But yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. The basic point we were trying to make is that society.
While it is okay to accept that certain situations in society focus on looks, don't start blaming society for everything, because then you get to this point where you're like, well, I'm not going to bother because society does this, and then you're like, well, not really. And then what you need is a good kick off the bottom.
So in other words, keep calm and keep moving on.
The point is...
And occasionally, kick yourself in the bottom,
Yes.
because that is all you need to get through.
So there you go. I think we could all take something from that, i.e. a nap.
What I think I might do is I think I might carry around a small taser and just shock people whenever they start getting crazier than
But
I
you
am.
don't have a taser.
I'll make one out of spoons and goat hangers.
You're not MacGyver.
No, I'm just a
Are
bad...
you?
No, I'm just... See what you do, I'm a bad scientist. I can make anything out of anything.
Well,
Though I can't make sense out of words.
You are mad, but I'm not sure a scientist. Okay.
Dan's either hungry, found boobs, or
Hungry for boobs.
or something's annoyed him.
Dan, are you okay? What's wrong, Geek King?
Oh, I see what the problem is.
Yes, he wants a particular wrestling game that has come out, and he's quite desperate to get his hands on it.
People have got it in the UK today.
It's okay now. It's okay.
Because they pre-ordered. Whenever I pre-order stuff, fucking people don't send it out in time, and I have to smash heads.
And on that bombshell...
Blip, he doesn't actually smash heads.
Oh, he does. He actually smashes heads.
But I don't have a taser made out of coat hangers and spoons.
Oh, but he will.
Spoons.
He will.
Can I do a maniacal laughter?
Yeah, could be fucking...
As long as it's not that super high-pitched one, because that hurts my ears.
Oh, but I can't do the maniacal laughter.
Look at that has chicken.
Can't you just be like... See, that's fine. Just your high-pitched one penetrates my brain. So there we go. Just remember, guys, that you can follow us on Tumblr. Shouttheshow.tumblr.com has all...
Viking Greeks North. Same freaking thing.
I just showed him a picture of a hot chick in a Viking costume, and he goes, "Thank the Greeks."
The reason being, there's a Greek restaurant near my college.
You can follow us on Tumblr, shouttheshow.tumblr.com. We consider that, to an extent, our official website.
Ask us questions.
You can ask this question there. You can find our episode archives, find all of our 30-day challenges, any memes that we like, any pictures and other news. And we'll post special news bulletins up on there as well. Fancasts, you can find all our fancasts there as well. And you also... if you go there, you can ask us questions, or you can send us ideas for fancasts you'd like us to try and do, all that kind of stuff. Or just send us stuff that you think we'll like. And we'll share it on our Tumblr page. We were also on facebook.com/shouttheshow. Find us on Facebook. You get all our Blip episodes up on there, whereas on Shout the Show, it's our YouTube one. Also, any important announcements we'll make there, but we also make them on shouttheshow.tumblr.com. Our artist is cannonball.deviantart.com. Rias Cannon, that is CANNONBAWL.deviantart.com. On Twitter, you can follow us all at The Lone Walker 1. If you want to follow Adam, that is The Lone Walker number 1. You can follow Geek King at Geek King, which is G33K_KNG. That is G number 3, K_KNG. And there's Steve Jones 313 at Steve Jones number 3, number 3. Our next show is episode number 33 on the weekend of November 10th to November 11th of 2012. We thank you very much for joining us for this week's hashtag shout, and remind you all,
get the best things first. Get Geek King.
Pre-order now.
Nice.
Sorry, just before we go, Geek King has found something called the Slogan Maker.
All right.
So we need one for Adam. Yours is...
get the best things first. Get Geek King.
So let me do it in my trailer voice. Get the best things first by Geek. Get King.
Get Geek King.
Okay. So, buy the best things first. Get Geek King.
Steve Jones 313 means friendship.
Steve Jones 313 means friendship. The Lone Walker 1 is finger licking good.
Yes, I.
So that is all from this week's episode of hashtag.
Oh shit, I was waiting for the total there. Honest to God. Honestly, God, I was waiting for the total.
Bear in mind that you can check us out at hashtag Total Markout every weekend as well with our wrestling podcast. Every week. So, almost. So, that's all from this week's episode of hashtag
Shout.
You reckon?
So recorded.
Do you reckon if Disney do completely change that, do you reckon Chewie will be replaced with Donald Duck? Yep.